Anyway, we're back.
Yes.
You got all the coughs out?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good?
I think so. Hopefully by next weekend.
Because I don't want to be in
coughs.
here mixing and EQing your coughs.
Hopefully by next weekend I'm done coughing. Let's pray.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's bash black women. Kidding.
Let's change the podcast topic to black women.
This is all about black women, this whole podcast.
It's sometimes about other women too.
It is. Well, yeah, the last one was about women in general.
The reason why I feel it ends up always coming to these topics is because unfortunately a lot of women, and especially like our women, just are perpetuating a lot of really crazy like mindsets that they're spewing onto the internet, and like it's like a disease. It's just spreading. So it's like every time I'm scrolling, you're just seeing something new, a new thing that they're coming out with, a new mindset, a new trend, a new something, and it's just very crazy. Like I feel like it's like we're watching like mental illness like manifest in real time. So it's like there's just endless topics because there's always something happening with our community, especially women, and like there's stuff that they're pushing.
That's why I wish that Twitter would have gotten like just would have went bankrupt. Like it kind of sucks that Elon bought it because I feel like Twitter we could have gone without Twitter, and obviously these comments will still exist in Instagram Reels and TikTok and everything else, but Twitter specifically, like the more we can get rid of social media, the more I think it's beneficial personally. Yeah.
Because all it is spreading these ideals, and they're spreading like you could see the way you could see it spreading.
You could see it.
It's like it just have it just go into the real world sometimes too. Because people always say, "Oh, go into the real world," but sometimes when you go into the real world, it's there translating into the real world. And like for me, biggest indicators are like just hanging around people. Listen to how they talk. Like lots of times, even the lingo that we're saying right is from the internet.
Period. Per.
People like just saying TikTok sounds out loud. Like we're very like we don't realize how far gone we are until you really are around people and like the things that they're saying. Like because you ever be around people who always are using buzzwords or always like speaking like they talk TikTok phrases. No, literally, and like it's scary. And then like another thing that's really indicative is be around sometimes older adults who are on the internet.
Oh Lord!
I'm like, whoa, like that's what scares me the most. Like sometimes, I don't know if my mom's listening to this, but like sometimes she'll say stuff, and I'm like, whoa, like you got that from like a TikTok you probably saw. Like some of the stuff that she's saying, like I never heard her talk about these things or have these ideas. And like in one way, I do get it, right? Like good knowledge is spreading on the internet, and good mindsets. Maybe a lot of older adults, the mindsets that they are so like grounded in are changing, and maybe they're seeing things different from a different perspective. And I do always open the idea of women straying away from some like traditional stuff that was harmful to them. Like lots of times, like the women at home were getting abused by their husbands, and were like, they're being the home provider, right, and the home builder, but are like fighting and dealing with depression and stuff at home. So I do obviously open the idea of changing the mindset, leaving horrible relationships instead of staying. I'm open to that. So sometimes it is good to see our parents being more open-minded about stuff like that because of stuff that they're hearing. But then also you can see the damage of like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, like I'm the prize. Like sometimes when I start hearing some of that stuff, I'm like, all right, now you sound too much like the internet. Because like we talked about this before, I don't think anybody's a prize in a relationship. I think two good people for each other are both a mutual prize for each other. But I hate the whole trying to outweigh who's the more important in a relationship, who's the better person, who's the catch, who's the prize. Because for me, I don't believe in that. I feel like like people who are mutually beneficial for each other should create a union, and that's it. Like it shouldn't be like a competition. Like so sometimes she'll say stuff, I'm like, it's a little bit of a bird brain type of thing that you're perpetuating to me right now because you probably heard it from a TikTok. So it does worry me because it's like you're seeing it in real time. Like a lot of these mindsets manifest.
Do you think I'm the prize?
I think we are both the prize for each other. Because I think we both are educated people. Mm-hmm. So I think education-wise, we're on the same level, like both master's degree level.
I think you might be above me.
No, I don't think.
I think you got yours first, so to me that's more impressive.
No. Doesn't matter who got it first. We both have.
No, I think it does.
No, we both have our masters.
When did I get mine? 25, 26? I was 26, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
25.
25.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't even remember. That was so long ago at this point.
Yeah, it's 2022.
Crazy. Yeah, it was.
Or 2020.
It was 2022.
Yeah. We both are attractive people. We both.
I disagree. I'm hideous.
No, yeah. We both make good money. We both have cars that we got literally the same year. So we both drive nice cars, like our own cars. Yours is paid off. Mine will be paid off in 4 months. I actually owe $2,500 left. almost done. I did the thing the other day. So I feel like we're both like, mutual the prize for each other. Like I don't believe in like, I do think there are women and men out there who definitely are a lot lower level and they get men or women that are way above their league. But I wouldn't necessarily say they're the prize. I would say that they, maybe they got a good person and they got like a catch, like people like to say, but I don't want, I just feel like everything is such a competition. And I feel like men and women, they both sometimes push these narratives online that we're so far different from each other. When in reality,
really
we're not much. We're just humans. Like people make things so complex and make things more complex than they really are. Like at the end of the day, like it's not this battle between men and women. It's not like, I hate like on the internet too, like, oh, men are this or men are that, like, or like, all the magazines they used to sell to us when we were kids, like how to attract a man, how to attract a woman. Like why are we trying to make it seem like everything's such a blanketed statement? Like why all men act a certain way, all women act a certain way, and it's never, let me look at a person on an individual basis and say like, not all, like, because somebody just said the other day, Beyonce was wearing like a sheer outfit. Oh, I thought high value men don't like their woman dressing like this. I'm like, can we still look at things from an individual basis? Some high value men might not want their woman dressed like that, but some might like that.
Am I allowed to say the B word?
People are just dumb. Like
Can I say the B word?
Yeah, you can.
B word, you ain't Beyonce.
No, that's first and foremost. But I just feel like, don't you feel like a lot of people don't look at things on a granular basis? They don't look at people on an individual case by case basis. They just put these things like, oh, men are all this, all black men are this, all white men are this. Like they view like, especially women, they view each, like they view men as like a group, a unit, yeah, instead of trying to get to know a person and what they like, what they don't like. Like even I saw a tweet today where there's like these 3 women who are like wearing a lot of like Chanel, and this guy was like, see, quiet luxury is not a thing. Like a lot of people who have true wealth, they're not quiet with their luxury. I'm like, no, there's a lot of people there are a lot of wealthy people who are flashy, and there's wealthy people who aren't flashy. Like there's not a singular way that you have to act. Like I feel like that's what people need to stop thinking, that there's a singular way to things. Like nothing is singular. There's too many perspectives onto people. Like too many variables, right? How we were raised, who we are, what we're born, our genetic makeup, our DNA. There's too many variables for us for people to keep like putting singular statements onto things. It's such like a very simple bird-brained way to move around life, and I just hate that. Like I hate all men are this, or oh, do men like this? No, does that man like that?
Yeah. Ask him.
Does that man like that? Does that man like that? Like no, like it's not one thing. Like it's just, oh my God, it makes me scared that people really can't think. Like it's crazy.
There's a certain word that we can't use anymore.
Literally, sometimes I do feel like I'm like an anomaly on this planet. Like I feel like sometimes I feel crazy because I'm like, I just.
It seems so basic.
It does seem so basic.
Like if you want, like if I want you, for example.
Yeah.
Why would I go to the internet and ask what women like?
Yeah, what do women like when I have no beard? Yeah. Do women like beards?
I would just ask you.
Me.
Like I do now. I'd be like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? I know it's different because we have each other, but even still before, I'm sure I did that before we were together.
Yeah. And the crazy part is the people who make these articles they make bank off of human stupidity, because they're making articles about, like I said, 10 things to impress your man today. Whereas that man might not like any of those 10 things on that list, but you're feeding into it thinking that he likes that. And that's why these relationships fall apart, because you're doing things because the internet tells you to do it. Like, oh, men want you to wear lingerie to bed. Women, stop going to bed like that. Women, stop going to bed with that T-shirt and short. And then you ask different men. Yeah, some men like the lingerie, but some men be like, no, just put that T-shirt on. Like
nothing better than.
Or don't wear nothing. Like it just depends on who
good pair
you're
of sweatpants and leggings.
Yeah, and that's what you like. There's definitely men that probably like lingerie, right?
Oh yeah.
But I just feel like I hate when women try to push that stuff, and then they try to push that on other women. Oh, you women need to get yourself together to keep that man. That man's not gonna want you looking like that. I'm like, how do you know what that man is gonna want me to do? Like you know that man and what he wants. Like, it's just so simple, and I just feel like people are really like. I gotta calm myself down.
It's okay. I'll take over for you. So, basically,
yeah, we didn't even get
to the damn topic. If we lost y'all already, sorry. Basically, we've seen this trend where I wouldn't say that.
Spoilers. Look, we just talked about this a few episodes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame Callie for doing it, but it kind
of. She's definitely a part of it, because that's what the caption said.
Yeah.
Pasta and lobster.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to blame her. I mean, she gave like a terminology or phrase for it, I guess,
Yeah,
but it's definitely
we're not gonna
not.
blame her. Yeah, she just gave a label.
Yeah, and I remember I think I was watching a stream with her when she was doing the interview thing with Duke. I feel like I remember her saying that it was kind of cap. Like she just like
Yeah, it's
she just
a bar.
writes music
Yeah.
for people that might like that, so
Yeah,
that they
'cause
can
come on,
caption it that way.
look who she's dating, like and who she's with, like.
Yeah, but basically, and this has kind of always been a thing, and it's also men have done this too, but just people in the black community where they might be going through or have a bad experience with someone in our own community, so their reaction to that is now I'm gonna go date people in other ethnicities or races, however we want to define it.
It's crazy.
The one thing I will say about this is that there should never be the expectation, because of course there's commonalities in people of a certain race or ethnicity.
That's what I say. There are cultural differences.
There are.
Like, we can't ignore that. So
if you do date a black man here, there, Mexican man here, there, somebody from a Japanese man here, there, there's going to be some commonalities because they all belong to a certain group. But even within that, you can't put generalities on people because everybody still is different. But there might be some sort of commonalities, like
tradition.
Right. That can't be avoided. But to me, again, you always have to judge people on an individual basis. Because to me, if you had a couple bad experiences with somebody of a particular group, first and foremost, that's your experience. That's not everybody's experience. And also, don't expect that just because you're going outside to another group of people that your experience might be any different, because it could be very much the same.
It could be exactly the same, but then, bruh.
It might be worse. You're just assuming it because you might have seen Travis Kelce and what was her name?
Kayla.
Yeah, because you might have seen that, so you like the idea of it. Like, that shouldn't be your basis. It's somebody else's relationship, because their experience might be different, right? And I don't know what happened, but they're not together for a reason either. So it's like, you don't know what could have happened in that relationship, but you should never base on what you want to be true to actually be like.
And like you said, projecting your negative experience. Like,
on everybody.
It's just so disgusting. Some of these comments, like on this girl's TikTok, I was like, whoa. It's like, it's crazy. But basically, like, you know, you kind of just introduced it. But there was this TikTok, the girl, her name is Madison. I'm not sure her at name. But she says, is it just the black women I follow on this app, or is it a new movement? Because she was saying how she feels like all her favorite black influencers are with white men. And I guess this woman, her name is Tiara Walker, is with somebody white, right? So now, like, she's saying a new movement, right? So then you see, like, I posted the screenshots, right? Like, you see the comments, welcome to the good side, right? It's the new wave, and I'm here for it. For black women happiness. I went where I felt appreciated, happy, safe, valued. It's for us, ladies. I'm glad I'm not the only one experiencing this. Oops. Oh, God, let's go back down. This one's... I'll read that one last because that was funny. Sisters are finding out that the struggle love is for the birds. Husband proposed 4 months after us dating together now 14 years. Go where you are treated. My ex, a black man, told me I was too dark to be treated softly, and he said that to my face. And this one had me dead. Mine bought cocoa butter, so I don't have to bring my own when I stay. It's nice here. Like, you see how she's so gassed. She's gassing up the white man for buying her cocoa butter. There's so much layers to that. Like, when I read that, I literally died laughing. He brought me cocoa butter. Like, it was almost like that TikTok that I played on the podcast a few episodes.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
When the white man compliments
me the cocoa butter.
Like, when it's like how black women act so much. So, like, if a black man says, oh, like, I love your curls. Thank you, white man.
See us.
But if a black man said, I love your curls, that's the bare minimum. So if a black man brought you cocoa butter, they'll be like, as he should. But since it was a white man brought her cocoa butter, he sees you. He sees
me.
He sees.
I know.
I literally died laughing at that comment. Like, and then the whole little glitter, like, it's so nice here.
I know.
Cause he brought you cocoa butter.
I know.
Like, so he says you Ashley. That's what he was thinking. Like,
trying to find a bar, but I think it's down in hell somewhere.
Yeah, but the bar's only high because of white man, so now it's so amplified. Oh, look, he cares.
No, the bar's in hell if cocoa butter is what does it for you.
But let a black man have brought in her cocoa butter, and it's like, That's all.
That's all. That's all he got.
Did he pay a bill though? Did he pay a bill?
I know. Honestly, coming from the perspective of a black man, realistically, because I would never say that about my fellow black women, even these individuals right here.
No, you can say it better.
I would never, say anything degrading against my kin, my fellow black women. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Honestly, anybody that's willing
to degrade,
yeah. And black men do this too. So
yeah,
black men aren't they're not free from this either. Both of y'all, honestly, go.
Yeah,
get the fuck out.
That's taking space.
Yeah. Y'all wasting our culture. So all y'all can go. Go ahead. Get the person that you're looking for, and go ahead. And obviously,
it's just funny though that they think there's it's like we were saying that the grass is so much greener. Like these women don't deal with their own, like white women, Spanish women, Middle Eastern women, whatever, don't deal with their own issues within their own community with their men too. Like to think that it's so much like the grass is so much greener is such a crazy like mindset. And like I said, the whole monolithic way of thinking, like, oh, if I go to the white man, he's gonna propose to me in 2 weeks after we dated, and he gonna pay the bills. Like that's what they think they're getting. I mean, that's not the reality. Look at the stats. Like, yeah, just because there's more of them not doing better economically doesn't mean that they're all doing better economically. Like, I know plenty of white women that are doing 50-50 with their partners. Like, plenty.
Yeah, I know plenty of people in other races that people get taken out and murder suicide. So
yes,
it's not all.
Or get abused or like.
And I'm not wishing that on people.
Treated like a second class citizen. Like why be acting like the grass is greener? And they talk about black love as struggle love. Like what? They think it's a struggle to be a partner. Like, and I guess some people are struggling, but that has nothing to do with race.
Yeah, that's your experience.
Yeah,
that's your
experience.
And because there's a choice in everything in life, you pick out bad people.
Exactly.
You basically are chasing, because that's what I've seen. People are chasing people that aren't good for them.
Yeah, but clear red flags. The guy lives at home in his basement. He can't keep a job. He be late to work. He got probably another kid already, and you picked that person because you're so insecure and you love that male validation that you'll pick anybody, even if it's a bum, because you just need male validation and male attention. Now, then that relationship, he cheats on you, and now the relationship ends, and now he was a bum out living in his mom's basement who can't get a job, but that's the person you decide to lay with and have a relationship with.
That's on you, gangster, because let me tell you,
and now all black men are poor and horrible partners.
Listen, I'm out in the world. Not only that, I work in the best city in the world.
Yes.
I'm outside. I have a different experience than probably, if you're not from around here, I have a better experience really in life than a lot of people. Yeah. I'm exposed to so many different cultures and foods and society in general. My money is different.
Yeah. There's no struggle love here. Don't project that onto that.
And so I see what's actually available out here. So I don't want to hear anybody say that there's black men not doing well.
That's plenty. That's the thing. These people aren't exposed to anything. Like, we work in like
corporate. We see this.
Like, there's black freaking directors at my company that they're probably clearing $200K black. Like, this is one guy, I'm not gonna say his name, young director, like making probably $200K plus. And there's a black guy. We have a whole BLF at Prudential. It's a Black Leadership Forum. There's so many people. Everybody in there. The average salary is probably definitely 6 figures. All the people that be in the room.
I know for sure.
But even the lowest people in those jobs are making probably like $50,000, right? So I'm just confused. Like, there's so many of us out there. People like, it's just.
But they don't want
that.
People don't know what they want.
They want Taekwon with the Glock. No, for real. They want Taekwon with the Glock 9 who's ducking his ops. Like, that's what they want. They don't want Donnell, who's the director of finance, with his own apartment. They want. That's
because
they think he's a nerd, or he's
Well, he's the one that really got motion for real. People want to talk about motion.
It's just so crazy. And then what made me mad is this one person commented, was like, y'all be safe. Like, I love my black man. She had like maybe 100,000, 200,000 followers. And like, she said, my black man, right? And this one girl was like, well, she said, you be safe, have fun with that 50-50 struggle love. I'm like, first of all, how you going to project that onto this random woman?
You don't even know her.
You don't know her. You don't know what her man does. Like, you're a freaking weirdo. And then you go to her page, she only got a real picture. It's just like, the usual, right?
The usual, typical, and not in a relationship.
Yeah, probably single, like
typical shit.
Yep. I'm like, how you gonna project that? Like, who are you?
Don't even know
who
her.
are you? Like, you don't know what she provides. You don't know if she provides at all. Like, you don't know if her man pays all the bills. Like, to make that perception that all black men are like this bob in a barrel because that's who they deal with or that's what they're exposed to. Like we just said, so many people. Like, I could list so many examples. I could list 10 people right now. Black men are making 6 figures, high 6 figures. You, your dad, like 2 people we went to school with. Like I said, the people at my company now I know, people at your company, like
all the black men in the neighborhood I grew up in.
Yeah, literally. Like, oh my God, there's a guy that lived on your block. Like, we talked about this before. He was a partner. He probably still is a partner. Partners make like $500K.
They don't know what that is.
At PwC, one the big 4 accounting firm. Like a partner means you own part of the company. Like he basically is the owner of that company, and you get promoted to that level. And I know a woman too. Her name, well, I don't know because her name. Yeah, I met her. She just got promoted to partner. I know like 3 partners at PwC, all black, and one of them lived on your freaking block. Like, come on, like. Your dad, like you got doctors on your street. There's plenty of people. They're out there, and it's not like it's not that small of a population. Like it is on paper, but they're out there and they exist. So to act like that's not a thing, and that if all black couples and all black love is struggle love, it's like such a slap in the face. And like get out, like bye. And
that's just from the money aspect. When we're just talking about, when we're talking about even from like just a personal aspect, there's plenty of people out here. I think there's more black men with good personalities than there are black men that are making a ton of money, but still, like there's some that have both, but you're definitely not at a disadvantage because you want to pursue black men specifically. Like you're 100% not. But like you said, if you want to go get Mr. Spin the Block and Mr. I Kill All My Ops, then like that's unfortunately that's what you're gonna get.
You're gonna get struggle love. You're gonna get you might have to help with the bills. You're gonna get he's gonna borrow your car. I never had to deal with no man borrowing my car. Like you never would fix your face and be like, can I borrow your car? Like even if you were in a situation where something happened with your car, you will have a loaner the next day. Like for people to try to act like that's a thing because that's your experience dealing with hood burgers, like sorry, that's not every black person's experience. And I hate that now you're gonna go to the internet and say, oh, it's a movement, y'all. It's a movement. We put us first. Black woman is a movement. I love this new movement. Like, you guys sound like this dumb and weird. Like like come on, it's the same people that freaking enslaved us. Like
that's why when Harriet said slavery was a choice.
And that's why McConaughey said it too. People got mad about it, but in real time, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. But go ahead, get Mr. White Man. Go ahead. And then when he beats on you and makes you help him pay the bills, don't come back running to our community saying, "Black man, protect me." And these are the same women that want black men to come protect them in the streets, like the brick lady. Like,
and because we're not ignorant, we're not putting that on ethnicity like white people. We're not saying that that's what they do.
No,
but those things could happen.
Yeah, we're just saying that it does exist in that
and
community.
We're not putting that on women, hoping that happens. But
just go look up a man named Christopher Watts and come back to me.
Who that?
The man that you had mad when we watched it. Could you said in the story made you mad on Netflix? The guy that killed pregnant wife and his 2 babies. The
barrel, the oil thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But you think the grass is green? No, I'm not putting that on there. I'm just saying that like at the end of the day, like we said, there's not huge differences between men and women. There's not really major difference between race at all. Like the only difference is really just some genetics, right? And then cultural differences. But to act like because a man has a different skin tone that he's a whole different person than a black man, and to try to act like black men are like such an evil scum of the earth, evil men who do horrible things to their wives and struggle love, like to act like other races, putting them on a pedestal is crazy. When like we just said, stories like that exist. Like, do you think they're perfect and then they don't do no wrong? But like you said, there's murder, suicides happening in their community and in our community too, right? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but to act like they're so much better, that the grass is greener, and that this is a movement. Like they're calling this a movement. And then she's getting on in this TikTok and spreading this to young impressionable women who are not going to perpetuate that, right? Like young kids, young teenagers who now are probably going to think, because now they're not growing up with their dads, so they already have a negative perception of black men. Then they're watching TikTok like this. Like it's just crazy to me.
During Black History Month.
Yeah. Like why are you doing this? Why are you trying to spread this message? It's like
it's weird.
I get
I don't know
passionate about this topic because you know how I feel. And look, it's always these type of women too. Like the leave out look.
Oh my
crazy.
goodness!
It's always like you could tell the type of black woman she probably is. Like the leave out is always crazy. Like that's your community.
She look like she got a mustache, don't she?
She do.
She does.
She it looks like she does. Probably just the angle.
Bro, she got the 10 o'clock shadow.
But it's always a black woman with bad hair. Like you could tell she was like the whitewashed black girl growing up. And like it's just crazy. Like sisters are finding out that sugar loves for the birds.
Let me see what it is. You could always tell.
Yeah, look, 'cause she looks like she's older, probably never been married, maybe divorced or something. She looks like she's probably like, what, her 30s, 40s?
You know what? My thing is, obviously...
And look, her name is Mrs. Mary Mack. But she probably never been a Mrs. in her life.
You know, everybody has their own preference. All I'm going to say is, as a black man, for these black women, you know, well, they could definitely have her. When they go low, I go high. Listen, go enjoy.
Have fun.
Wish the
They
best
don't
for you.
come crawling back.
No, wish the best for you. Hopefully it works out for you.
Even to be like, welcome to the good side. Like, what? What makes it good? Like, it's just, oh my God. It's just sad for me. I'm always going to love and support my community over anybody. Like, no matter, even when I don't always agree with our community and what people are doing, they're always going to be a priority to me. I'm always going to love them. I'm never going to give up on black men. Even if I had bad experiences with black men, I would never give up on the community and just, there's, you know, what do you call it? Like downgrade, degrade, whatever. Like my people and my men on the internet.
Yeah, if they want to do that, just
to
do
big
it.
up white men.
Just do it though. Why you need to make an announcement about it? Just go ahead.
Because they're trying to hurt somebody. That's the reason. They're trying to feel vindicated in what they're doing.
I'm not gonna lie. All of those comments, they can have them.
They can.
They can have them.
Leave the good black men available for the black women who appreciate them, and good riddance. You won't be missed. Go have your little mixed babies who are going to grow up with identity issues and have fun. Okay, now I brought that too old.
Yeah.
No,
you always got to take it too far.
I'm thinking of like Drake. Like.
No, all right. Thank you guys for watching. No. This has been the A Couple of Things podcast where we talked about a couple of things, and we will see y'all next week. I'm not letting you say one thing because you always got to take it somewhere else.
I just want to say
you don't need to bring him up.
I appreciate black men, and I think you guys get the short end of the stick, and I feel bad because I feel like there's so much hatred towards black men. And I feel like even the black men, like I'm not taking accountability away, right? But even the black men who I feel like are like not as good people, they probably come most likely than not from single mothers who made them like that.
That's
made them
damaged. Whole other conversation.
Whole different topic, but single mothers who took away, you know, and even obviously the men not being part of lives messed them up too, right? Like, so we can still blame men too. But lots of times these damaged men were raised by single mothers who viewed them as like their husband, or even degraded them because they look like their dad that they hate, you know. So it's so many layers to it, and I just feel like black men just get very like they're like, you know, they talk about how black women are the least protected, but I do feel that way still too. But I feel like black men really get like a lot of bad PR, and this is like messed up. But obviously a lot of black women are still out here defending you guys, and yeah, let the other ones go.
I would tell my black women, don't waste your time talking to these heathens. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, don't argue with them. I find myself arguing with them.
Yeah, that's why I always get on you about that. To our black women that still support us, appreciate the support, but don't engage with these heathens. These are mentally ill creatures, and we don't need you to waste your valuable time being beautiful and black as you are. You don't need to waste your time dealing with these individuals, these heathens, these creatures.
I was about to say something crazy.
These bottom feeders. There's so many other words I want to say.
I was about to say, let them go.
No. Whoa. Stop.